All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information, hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first and foremost, we do want to end up saying to every single one of you, good morning, wherever and however you may be watching and listening today. Well, this is kind of unexpected, but we're winging it today. ASAP in the morning, as we are live on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and all over the social media grid. As myself, Jake the Snake Silva, here from the Snake Sports Talk Show, up here in the morning with ASAP, and of course our very own Greg. What's going on, man? Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Jake. How's it going, my man?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'll tell you, we had a pretty interesting game last night between the Giants and Buccaneers, but seems like Tampa Bay was able to cover up what they needed to last night and got the victory. So, and as I mentioned, I mean, whether or not, underdogs are favorites, the Buccaneers were going to do whatever it took to end up winning the game last night, but they did so in good fashion. And so let's just see what the look of it on, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will look like in the next coming weeks. But I don't know. I'm looking at this right now for the Giants standpoint, because a lot has been happening all throughout this year, and fans in New York are pretty disappointed. And there was even an article that was said, New York Giants' head coach, Joe Judge, ends up pointing the finger at coaching staff after loss to the Bucs. And that's more on, Jason Garrett's side of things as the offense coordinator after a 30-10 loss against the Tampa Bay Bucs, saying you can put that down tonight. You got that. You guys can write that tonight. Players have to execute. That is their job, right? It is our job to teach them. It's their job to go out and execute. So it just kind of seems like Joe Judge not really happy with the entire situation. And not to mention, too, like how all of this is being played out for Daniel Jones. It just doesn't seem like Jason Garrett is really the right answer for OC, or it seems like Daniel Jones is not the right option as far as quarterback goes for the Giants moving forward.
Yeah, it's a bad situation up there for the Giants. I mean, is it in a way? Joe Judge isn't wrong, because Daniel Jones, if you're going to have a QBR of 15, you're not going to win no games with a QBR of 15.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, he only threw for 167 yards. The pick that he threw there in the third quarter, I think it was just a dumb throw. I don't even know where Daniel Jones was throwing the football.
I don't even think he was really finding any one of his targets at all. I mean, yes, 23 of 38, 167 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks, and a quarterback rating of at least 57.7. It's very disappointing for Giant fans, knowing that, and when you play in the city of New York, there's a lot of pressure that's on you. And I mean, money runs all the time. You're around there in JP Morgan, you're around there in Goldman Sachs. I mean, money is just running everywhere. And when you're in New York, it's tough fans. Everybody expects success, and so when you look at the Giants moving forward, I don't know. I mean, there have been spurts of Daniel Jones's potential, like at times. I just don't think this is really just the system for him. I just don't think this really fits him. And so I don't know if this is really just the head coach, Joe Judge, or it's the offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, whoever it may be. I mean, ultimately, we know what Daniel Jones is. We know that he was a guy that struggled to even keeping the football in his hands because of the amount of times he coughed it up, too many fumbles, and then not to mention having too many mistakes. But over time, it seemed like he was learning a little bit on how to be mistake prone, like just mistake free, and be able to lead the Giants to victory. But when it comes to weeks like this, we know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are. I mean, when it comes to Tom Brady, it's enough said. But ultimately, when it's the Giants, you know where your position is in the NFC East. And you got Washington, who comes off a big win. Philadelphia comes off a big win. And Dallas, embarrassing loss against Kansas City. So there's a bunch of opportunities for the Giants to really kind of kick themselves back into this division. But I just don't think this is really the system that meshes.
It's not. I don't see it working. They might have to. It's one or two things. They're either going to have to move on from Daniel Jones, or they got to let Joe Judge go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way now. Your head coach is pointing the fingers at, Jason Garrett now. The whole situation is just bad. And I know there's this upcoming draft class. There's no franchise quarterbacks in it. So it's like it's like the Giants